Final Cut Pro, Apple's professional and prosumer-level video editing software, targets both consumers who want more power for their video editing projects than iMovie offers, and professionals who create content for movies and television. It does a remarkable job of bridging these two worlds. While professionals may complain about its non-traditional trackless timeline, and amateurs may scratch their heads over its wealth of sophisticated options, it's a magnificent tool for both groups once you dig into it. Although it's pricey, Final Cut Pro remains a PC Mag Editor's Choice winner for video editing software. What's new in Final Cut Pro? The latest version, 10.6, adds intelligent motion tracking, support for iPhone 13 cinematic video mode editing, voice isolation, duplicate clip detection, focus options for video shot in the iPhone 13 cinematic mode, and performance improvements. The previous big update, 10.5, added support for Apple Silicon CPU, the ability to transcode media automatically when you copy or consolidate a project, and searchable and downloadable user guides. Other recent prominent features include Smart Conform, which uses machine learning AI to crop widescreen content to fit mobile device screens, and social media formats similar to Adobe Premiere Pro's Auto Reframe tool. How much does Final Cut Pro cost? As with any modern Mac app, you can get Final Cut Pro in the Mac App Store. You can install it on multiple Macs for $299, and you receive updates automatically, no subscription required. There's no upgrade pricing, but really, compared with the old Final Cut's $999 price, $299 is basically upgrade pricing. By comparison, you can only get Adobe's competing Premiere Pro with a Creative Cloud subscription for $19.99 per month. Once you've bought Final Cut Pro, you're entitled to all updates. Apple offers a generous 90-day free trial, which only requires an Apple Store account to get. Final Cut Pro, libraries, importing, and organizing. Final Cut Pro libraries let you keep assets together for use in multiple projects. They combine the previously discrete events and projects panels. Libraries are similar to the catalogs in Adobe Photoshop Lightroom, in that they are databases that can be backed up to a separate drive, and they receive automatic backups. Luckily, you don't have to worry about projects you created before this library arrangement. Final Cut offers a simple update option to get them with the program. Libraries are a big part of organizing your assets, but before you use them, you have to import media. In fact, at import, you can tell Final Cut to copy the media to a specified library. Within the library, the import is an event. You can specify creating proxy and optimize media, analyze video for color balance, and fix audio problems on import. I must say that Adobe has made both the import and export process clear for novices in Premiere Pro with its recent redesign of those functions. Final Cut Pro interface. The interface sports a consistent dark gray that makes the content you're editing the most prominent thing on the screen. 4 preset window layouts in Final Cut include default, organize, colored, and effects, and dual displays, which is grayed out if you don't have dual displays. You can also create your own custom workspace layouts. You can't, however, up panels to make them float free, as you can in Premiere Pro. Editing video on the timeline. Final Cut offers precise, intuitive, and impressive tools for arranging and trimming clips. Trimming and splitting can be done in the timeline or right in the clip's iMovie style source entry. You can easily mark any selections on a clip as favorite for later use. Double-clicking a clip brings up the precision editor. You can trim either end with a simple click and drag. And if you change your mind, the trimmed away part of the clip will still be there. You later drag back the other way. A blade tool does what makes sense for a tool, the name. It splits the clip in two at the edit point. Depth in Apple Cinematic Clips. The iPhone 13 has a new cinematic mode, and now Final Cut can do special things with it, like changing focus points and depth of field. But I ran into several issues. When I first imported a cinematic clip into the program, a warning message told me that highlights would be clipped since my project was set for SDR rather than HDR. I had to go into library settings to change the color space to wide gamut HDR, after which the clip looked perfectly lighted. But the setup involves more. You need to export from the iPhone with all metadata selected, not the default. Final Cut Pro effects. Once your clips are all in place, you can fine-tune and bling them with Final Cut's rich collection of color tools, transitions, effects, and text tools. For starters, you get 149 customizable video effects and 109 audio effects. Quite a few third-party plugins are also available for Final Cut. I installed Noise Industries FX Factory Pro in my tracking faces and objects in Final Cut Pro. Like several of its consumer-focused competitors, Final Cut Pro now includes built-in motion tracking, formerly the sole province of the companion Apple Motion app. To get a photo or video to follow an object on the screen, you simply drag it from the source panel onto the preview window. A rectangle appears over an object in the main video if Final Cut detects an object, and an oval if it detects. You can track multiple faces and objects in the same clip. Titling and captions in Final Cut Pro. Titling is also simple and powerful in the latest version of Final Cut. You get lots of control over title overlays. With 183 animation templates, you edit text and position and size the titles right in the video preview. There's no need for an external title editor. Though Final Cut Pro has no instant movie feature like those you find in most consumer video editors, it does offer themes, which are really just pairings of transitions and titles that work well together. Multicam editing in Final Cut Pro. Final Cut Pro's multicam support reimagines the standard tool so that it's simpler but can do more. It supports the traditional syncing method using time codes, and it can automatically sync up multiple clips by analyzing their audio tracks for peaks. You can alternatively use camera time or place a marker on the clips for syncing. Multicam works with sources in different formats, including different resolutions and codecs, and, remarkably, it allows up to 64 camera angles. Export options and hardware connections in Final Cut Pro. Final Cut Pro exports to the common output file formats, but pros will probably want the greater transcoding control available in the companion app. Compressor, $49.99. Final Cut can also output for Apple devices, disks, the web, and email. You can share roles separately. So, for example, you may only want to export video, not background music. Final Cut Pro performance. Under the hood, the program's codebase takes full advantage of 64-bit and multi-core processing, which eliminates a lot of waiting. This is a major deal for such a processing and memory-intensive activity as video manipulation and encoding. Final Cut Pro 7 was 32-bit, meaning you couldn't take advantage of more than 4 GB. Thanks to support for the multiple cores found all recent Macs, the app processes everything you do in the background and even displays % complete in a timer-style indicator, so you can keep working. We are going to end this video right away. If you have any query or information to share, please leave a comment. Thanks for watching.